Good afternoon, everyone. This is Vasu Deshpande from Easylib Software Private Limited. Welcome to everyone to this webinar on enrollment, timetable, and attendance as part of the EasyOne unified management system for the universities, colleges, and the schools. So in this next 1 hour, we are going to go over these three modules as a part of the unified management system that we have launched from Easylib. Let's get started here. Okay. Okay. So basically, the webinar is going to be about 1 hour. We are going to cover three modules over here. So we will directly jump into the demonstration of the application, how each of these modules work in the EasyOne application launched by Easylib. So as right now we are in the process of transitioning from a provider of only the library software to the entire campus automation software. That's why you will see all new logos, new product names over here. So one of the names that we had come up was Easy UMS. Now it's called as the EasyOne. That's being launched everywhere. So this webinar is a part of that launch. So okay. So just on the webinar front, we have these webinars coming up in the next few weeks, next few days. Today, as you know, is enrollment timetable and attendance. We are going to have one on the Thursday. That's going to be more on the library side. So it's going to cover the cataloging module in detail. That's going to be at 11 a.m. on July 13th. The next one is going to be on so we are going to publish the exact timing. So that's going to be on the learning management. Then we are going to have on the membership management, placement management, and the library periodicals. So we will reconfirm the dates for the future webinars, but this cataloging webinar on this Thursday is confirmed to be at 11 a.m. and we look forward to having many of you over there, especially the librarians. Okay, so let's get started with the webinar on the demonstration of enrollment application as a part of the unified management system by Easylib. So when you become client of Easylib, you are going to get a URL for your use. So it looks like your college name.easylib.net. Here in this case, it's going to be demo.easylib.net. You will simply click on the login. You will have the login for yourself, who is administrator. Your faculty will have login. The students will have login. Your vendors, your partners, everybody will have a login which is suitable to their role in EasyUMS application. So the complete website, as you see, it's configurable. So right now it's configured for the library. That's how you are seeing. But when it is being implemented, only the campus ERP part, you will see that different look and feel of that. So let me now log in as the administrator over here. So let me put my name and I log in. Okay. So let me close other windows here. Okay, so now I am logging into either Easylib EasyOne Unified Management System application. So for the part of this particular webinar, we are going to cover three, right? The timetable, attendance, and the enrollment part. So let's go to the enrollment part here. So the first one is establishment. This deals with you start with defining which of your organizations are being managed through this application. As you see, you can define multiple colleges and schools over here. EasyOne is an unified application management system for your entire society, which can house about 10, 5, or 20, 5, 10, or 20, or any number of education institutes. All will be under the single database, one installation to cater to all your needs. So you basically define your multiple colleges here. That's where it starts. You can add more colleges, add the address and further details, but the access is limited to only that particular the faculty of one college will have access to the data of that college alone. Okay, so this one establishment statistics, what it means is that at the university level, you can get a complete view of how many people are enrolled in different courses over here. So for example, if you see one of the schools set up over here is Bharatiya Vidya Kendra Sirnur, first grade Kannada, 3 students. CK Prahlad Institute of Management, 3, 4, This one Easylib Academy, we use it for training you all when you become a customer. So we have 246 users enrolled as a user for this Easylib application user. So similarly, Karnataka Institute of Management and so on. So at any point of time, you just click on that particular name. So for our demonstration purpose, we are going to stick to Medical College Bangalore. Shakuntala Devi College, and we are going to log into the real application of the sample which we have set it up for Air Force School. Lahanka over there. We are going to look at that particular the sample data as well. So now let's see over here. Shakuntala Devi College, if I click on this 10, this is again sample data. So not the real student data. If you see over here, right? 21 EAC 001, Vijay Lakshmi, Monica, these are the people who are all enrolled into Shakuntala Devi College become first semester. So now as you have more and more grades, sections, classes here, right? Everything you will be enrolled over here. It will be visible. So you get a complete picture of who is studying what in your organization. So the next question is, how do you enroll? How do you set it up, right? So let's go over here. How do you set it up? So the setup is partly, different areas. Say, for example, if I go over here, so this is I have different setups here. So I can just go to the academic grade part. And if I pick up Shakuntala Devi College, and here we have defined become first semester, second semester, third semester, and fourth semester, right? So here you can define PUC, arts, commerce, and any of that. So whatever you wish, you can define. So anytime you want to add a new one, you simply go to one of these existing ones, change the things, and then simply click on add, or you go to the add grade and then choose the college that you want to add and the grade code you assign and the actual grade, the grade type, whether it's a correspondence, theory, industry, or practical. When it comes to the medical college, we also have the setup for you to have theory, practical, clinical, paraclinical, and all those can be set up over here. So now for each grade, you have the duration because, for example, some of the medical colleges, right? So the 1 year may be 1.5 year, right? So whereas in the new one, it's most of these all semesters, right? So it's a 6 months over here. So you have the ability to fix the duration of that particular grade. Again, whether there is an elective or not, that you can define because say for example, until 7th or 8th grade, everybody is studying the same subject. But the moment the student comes to the high school, they have the ability to choose the elective that they want to study. So if you happen to be an engineering college, medical college, you definitely have the ability to choose what student has enrolled into what particular elective over here. So here you are doing the setup, whether you are going to allow in the MBA third semester electives or not. Then you have the description. So you do all the setup over here. So once you do that, you also get a clear idea of, okay, what is the approximate count of the students I'm going to get? How many sections I require? If you happen to be an engineering college, you have a computer science branch, A, B, C, you can have, right? So, and if you happen to be a medical college, in addition to the A, B, C section, you may want to have batch one, batch two here. The reason for the batch one is that one of the medical colleges that we are working with, their intake is 240 students per year, right? So they have A section of 120 students, B section of 120 students. But when it comes to the practicals, so they have a batch one and then batch two, right? So maybe the grades are the sections are A, B, C, D of 60 students each. But when it comes to the practical, they have got 120 students in each of the batch. So because the the way the classes are assigned, the practicals are conducted is everything by the batch. But the theory is taught based on the grade and section. But the examination is conducted at the grade level. So as we have more and more cases, right, the system can become extremely complex. And what we have done in Easylib is that in EasyOne, we have tried to make it very, very, very simple over here. So first you start with the grade, then you have the grade and section, then you have the grade and batch. In addition that, you have got a different parameters like, you can define different types of the grades. So if you have any, let's say, tourism, so you can add that. Theory, practical exam, you can add internship, practical, whatever you wish, you can add that as a particular grade type. In addition, you have got this duration 3 months, 6 months, the location types, whether it's a theory, practical, class, what are the locations in your organization, what are the rooms. So all of that you can add in Easylib over here. Again, as I explained in our last webinar, right? Easylib is a mission critical data driven system. So EasyOne is a data driven system. That's why you don't see too much of images, too many of the photographs you don't see, but you see the full-fledged thorough data over here because that is what is required for you to manage the entire education system. Just like we withdraw the money from the ATM, we don't see any graphs, we don't see any pictures, but we see pure numbers which are accurate to the most possible extent. That is how this system is designed. Okay, so you define all these, you define a college, then you define the grades. For each of the grades, again, you have the sections, then you have the batches, then you can define these different subject types and the actual subjects over here. Say, for example, if I take a medical college here, right? So medical college first year anatomy practical, anatomy theory, biochemistry practical, biochemistry theory, physiology, forensic medicine. So for different grades, you will set up these different subjects over here. For example, if I go to Shakuntala Devi College over here, here I'm going to set up the finance related ones, business mathematics, business organization, the CC and DC. So that's a professional care course, fundamentals of English, the first semester English, financial accounting, you name it. If you want, you want to just check, okay, what are the subject BCom's first semester student has to study? All of that setup you can do over here. So again, why I'm showing this? Because this is the foundation on which the entire your operations are going to be run. So the robust the foundation is, the smoother the operations are going to be there. So I'm happy to see that there are total about 14 people in this webinar, which is very good. Okay, so now you have defined the subjects over here. So, if you happen to be a large organization, you have got, let's say, take an example of a school, and you have got 1 to 12th grade, and for 12 grades, right? And then you have got A, B, C, D, then you have got the different subject, 50, 100 different subjects. All of that you can simply prepare in Excel. If you have the data already existing with you, you give it, we'll help you load it over here. So that way, the moment you become a customer of Easylib, right, the software deployment can take 1 or 2 days, and then within a week or two, we will have all your data imported over here. That's why you will see so many imports here. So even starting with the academic grades here, we have the imports. Then for each of the grade, what subjects are being taught, even that also can be imported over here. So this is the setup. Then we have got some more additional setup, because this is the foundation, right? Say for example, academic year, right? So this is the setup of the academic year, 1 year, next year, and all that. So holidays, the departments, all of that can be set up in Easylib over here. Again, I want to specify this imports, which will really help you speed up the activities of migrating to Easylib here. Okay, so now what all we covered? We started with the establishment, we defined the colleges, and then we did the different setups. So next, we also did some additional setups. Now what we are going to do? We are going to enroll a few students into the actual classes. So okay, so now here we have the different institutes, right? All varieties of institutes you are seeing here. So now because it's a test bed, so many institutes are defined here, right? But when it comes to your organization, if you happen to be getting the software for your organization, automatically the institute is one institute, and it's going to be one academic here. So let me spend a minute on this academic here. So sorry, I will put the phone on this do not disturb. Okay, sorry about that. So next, when it comes to the academic year, we have got different academic years. Every year you keep on adding a new academic year, because all your enrollments are going to be based on the academic year. So let's take a simple example of medical college. If I take, and I have enrolled a few students for this MBBS first year, and now there's the A section. Who all are the students? You see that data, right? Very simple. So next, and let me check another college. So that was the Shakuntala Devi College. And for this year, let's choose BCom first semester. Automatically see the data got changed from MBBS to BCom over here. So let me choose the A section. Again, I see these are the students who are enrolled. And now you may be getting all this data from the admissions, right? So if you are already using Easylib admissions module, it's very easy. All the data in the admissions automatically can be added over here, right? So you just keep on adding this member ID one by one. Suppose if you have got the data somewhere else, what you can do is get the data in an Excel format, prepare an Excel data, and simply import it over here, right? So you can import all your students and tell who is going to be studying in what grade and section. Shakuntala Devi College, academic year, grade section. These are the 10 students. So now suppose if I have another one, I simply add it, 21 EAC 012, right? So let me duplicate. So okay, a couple of them I added. I just click on the enroll. Now both of them are enrolled over here. All right. So now anytime I just click, I'll see, okay, instead of 10 people, now there are 12 people because these are the students enrolled in the first year of commerce. Correct. So now let's go here. So some of these students may not be studying, might have taken different languages as the uh, elective, right? As the first language. So in that case, so now if you go here, here you are going to enroll the students by for each class you are going to enroll. So now again, if I go here, again become first year, A section. So subjects, these are the different subjects here. Even though everybody is studying the in the become first year, some people might have taken Kannada as the first language, someone else has Sanskrit, someone else has Tamil. So if I click on Kannada, and these are the people who are enrolled. If I click on Sanskrit, and these are the people. If I click on Tamil, these are the people. So all of them are belonging to the same grade section, but the subject, the electives they have taken are different. Again, because this one is going to drive how your timetable is going to look and how your attendance is going to be taken. So that's why it's important that you enroll the students into the right grade section and the subjects. Again, as I said earlier, if the data is already available, it's very easy to import the data onto Easylib. Okay. So similarly, we have got all these different batch enrollment. We have the class section statistics we have got. If you want to see, okay, Shakuntala Devi College, I can click on it. It's going to, I have to choose the academic year and other details. So it's going to give that data of who is going to studying in, who is studying in what subjects and all that. So now if I choose Kannada, right, it's showing, okay, these are the 3 people who are enrolled in Kannada. Okay. So, all right, course batch and then grade enrollment statistics. So they're by different because the enrollment can be as complex as it can be because you have got the grades, the sections, you have the electives, you have the batches, you have the courses. Okay, let me come to the courses. Okay, so what I mean by courses here, directly let's go to the course. Okay, course wise enrollment. So now in the as per the new education policy, right, any student can take any subject, right? As long as they meet those certain credits, you are good. So it is possible that um, I get a degree of, let's say, BCom or integrated MBA. Somebody else is also doing MBA. So it may happen that the subjects that he studies in the first semester may be quite different from the subjects I study. So there is a very little difference, differentiation between who is studying in what year. First year, second year, third year don't have any meaning because as long as the students complete, let's say, about 12 courses, he's going to get the degree. So what we have done in, let's take the Shakuntala Devi College. Okay, so now if I take here, so let me see if they have defined the integrated MBA here. I think this one we configured for one of the USA colleges here. So let's see here if there is a management college here. So here what you can do is, so the different CK Prahlad Institute of Management. Okay, if I take 23, 24, let's see, MBA integrated course. Again, here, see, you see there are different subjects over here because there is no first year, second year. The student is supposed to study all these subjects. So now what I can do, let's say if I take 632 strategic information management, different courses you are going to offer at different periods of time. Excuse me. So what you are doing here is that you are going to offer the strategic information management under this. You are going to offer in the winter, or you are going to offer in the spring, summer, or in the fall. So this is what is defined in US. That's why you are seeing in the US terminology here. So again, if you have enrolled the students, right, you can these 5 students who are studying in the integrated MBA can enroll into different courses and courses based on the pace with which they want to complete. So again, as per the new education policy, The students can take a little longer also. As long as I complete this 12 classes, right? 12 subjects I need to complete, and I can take, let's say, 2 years, 3 years, or maybe 4 or 5, whatever the new education policy has defined. So if I'm a very fast student, I can take 6 subjects in one semester. Next semester, I can take next six. So within 1 year, I can complete my MBA. But if I'm working somewhere, I need more time. I can take two this semester, another two next semester, another two next semester. So instead of taking 1 year to complete my MBA, I may take about 5 years to complete. So that flexibility is available in the new education policy, and we have developed the software to meet that kind of expectations. So what we did here is that in the establishment, we defined the colleges. Then we went to the setup, defined the grades, sections, batches, subjects, and all that. In the enrollment, we enrolled the students into the courses, we enrolled into grades, sections, subjects, electives, and the courses as per the new education policy. Now, there is one thing you are seeing this class enrollment staff. Here, you are seeing students, you are seeing staff. Why this is important here? Because it may happen that strategic information management for your class, one person may teach you, right? But in that particular department, or there could be a substitute teacher here. So, as long as any of these three teachers are assigned to that particular class, any of them may be taking your class. So that is what we have is we have given the ability to define multiple teachers for one class. So that way you get the ability to swap the teachers as it's required over here. So that's why you see the different staff enrollment, by grade, section, and all that. And this is also going to help you because attendance module gives all the three people ability to add the attendance. Say, for example, there is one particular, if I am a professor of, let's say, anatomy, right? And if I am on leave, so what should happen to the attendance data? It should not stop, right? So somebody else is going to take my class. Who is going to take? Somebody else in the anatomy department. If the anatomy department has 10 staff, maybe 3 or 4 may be authorized to act on behalf of me. So this software helps you define those kind of substitutes as well. So this is the enrollment we saw here. Okay. All right. So those of you have questions on these modules, right? Keep posting on the chat. I will try to take the questions at the end of this webinar, and we'll also try to enable you so that you can speak on the webinar. Okay. So let's see here. So that was the enrollment part. Now let's go to the timetable. Okay. So again, timetable is also very simple here. So here what you are going to do, first thing what you will define is what is the start time, end time for each of the period. Again, Easylib has gone very, very deep over here. So what we have done is that rather than launch a product which will just meet your current requirements alone, what we have done is we have studied the different requirements in this area. So as you saw, right, we visited the medical colleges, engineering colleges, degree colleges. We studied so many tenders. So we studied the proposal requirements from different world-class institutes, met the so many colleges, professors. So that's why we got the requirement from different people, designed the software which will withstand the changes that are going to happen in the system for next few years, right? So it's being as flexible as it should be here. So now, for example, if I take CK Prahalad Institute of Management, your first period is going to be 9 to 9:55. Second period 9:55 to 10. On the other hand, Shakuntala Devi College, it's going to be 9 to 10 is first period, 10 to 11 is second period, 11 to 12 is third period, 13 to 14, 14 to 15 like this, right? So here it is a 55-minute, here it is 60-minute. Whereas if you deploy the software in, let's say, a school, a period may be only 40 minutes. Whereas in some cases it may be 2 hours. It all is flexible. So you have the ability to define what is the duration of each class. And once you define the first period, second period, and all that depends on what you have defined in the system. There is one more complexity here. Say now, for most of us, day one means Monday, day two is Tuesday, because our weekly holiday is Sunday. Whereas on the other hand, take the example of Sharan Basaveshwar College in Kalburgi. There, the weekly holiday is going to be Monday. So day one means a Tuesday, day two is Wednesday, and so on, and day seven means it's a Sunday. Whereas on the other hand, if you go to Dubai and some other Gulf countries, the day one is probably Sunday, I think, and the week holiday is going to be Friday. So what we have done in Easylib is that we give the flexibility for that also. So day one, week one, and the period one, period two, all of that can be set up as you desire over here. So this was the timetable setup. Then the class parameters. Class parameters, right? Again, there are so many things because when we go with the automatic generation of timetable, which is going to come in future in EasyLib, right? This becomes extremely important here. So now, for example, if I take again, let's take this Madhav Krupa school where we fed sample data we fed, right? So now if I take this here, so it says that um, first grade English, 5 periods are going to be held in a week, daily 1 period. Can it be in the first period? Can it be in the last period? Because if it is, let's say, extremely let's a little involved. Let's take science. You may not want to conduct in the last period. So that's why you have the false at the last period. Social studies, you don't want to make it at the last period. Whereas the first period, you may not want to make the first period at the sports, right? So you want to get a more intensive one, maybe English, Hindi, Kannada, you want to have it as a first period. So all of that flexibility is allowed over here. Number of periods in a week, the daily, how many classes maximum, whether it can be first period, last period, all of that can be set up. And here, in some of the primary schools, right, the first language is going to have 10 classes in a week and each day not more than 2 classes. So here you will set up 10 classes and daily maximum 2 classes. So all that parameter can be set in Easylib. So now if you go here, right, so this was the Madhakrupa. Now if I go to the Shakuntala Devi College, again you are setting it up as per your subjects. So say Shakuntala Devi Institute for this academic year, this is the class ID that you are going to come up with, or software will help you come up with one ID. So BCom first semester, A section, business mathematics is going to be conducted in lecture hall 1. Staff IDs, so and so. Weekly 4 periods are going to be there and daily maximum 1 period, right? So you will set up all these parameters here. So this is a one-time setup that you do once when you onboard to Easylib. Next year onwards, it's easy because there are some options here in Easylib. It will say you click one button, all the data of the current year will go into the next year. Then you can simply do the additional changes that you want. Suppose, let's say this particular staff is no longer available, somebody else is there, you just change this staff and then put the new one, right? So that way you can use the data of the previous years to build the timetable for the next year. Okay, that was the class. Now when it comes to the batch, there is a batch over here because here, again, when it comes to the batch, right, you have got the medical college, the batches are going to have the practical classes and the practical classes are going to be 2 hours at a time. They will be stretched 2 hours. So all that parameters you can set up. So finally, you do the weekly template of that particular class. Say, for example, if I take the Shakuntala Devi College academic year for this year and become first semester A section, and now if I see, I'll see a neatly the timetable here. So Shakuntala Devi College, day one, day is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, first period, second period, and all that. So you're going to have Kannada as the first period. So right. So now, same time, you are going to have Sanskrit because the people who have taken Kannada as the first language will not be taking Sanskrit as the second language and vice versa. So that's why you are conducting parallelly Kannada, Sanskrit, Tamil, and multiple languages in that particular same period. Now let's move on. You will see what is going to be in the second period. So second period is going to be mathematics, right? So you'll see that, okay, second period on all Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, pretty much mathematics. Third period is again, it's a business organization and market dynamics. Like this, you continue to go down over here. So complete the setup of your timetable, making sure that you don't have the duplicates and you have the flexibility to assign the classes as per the electives for each room, for each staff, for each grade. Everything is possible in Easylib over here. Anytime you want to add a new row, it's very simple. You just click on add new, add that particular class here, and you will also get a view of that. For the view, I just logged in over here where we did a lot of sample data. So this is the sample data here. So now let me um, So this was, we did a good amount of work for the sample over here. So I'm going to log in and just to check how it looks. So timetable, and here is the view of the timetable. All right. So now I just put my college name. This is the sample data of last year. We just fed it and tested. See, look at that. It's neatly giving. If I choose, let's say Monday over here, it's going to give only that Monday data. Monday, and these are the different faculty codes. AM is going to take HPECT, and maths 8th grade, Hindi 7th, 8th A, Hindi 10th A, Hindi 10th A, 9th A, 7th B, and all that. So by different faculty you are seeing. So this ensures, this view gives a view wherein you will not have a duplicate, or even if you have by mistake, if you have left anything, it's very easy to see this. Again, you can simply click on the PDF. It's going to generate the PDF for you where that you can view. So now this is the class wise you can take it up. So now, for example, if it is a 6th grade and a section I take, and it's going to neatly display Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 6 days, first period, second period, third period, and all that. It is going to show all this data over here. So basically what it means is that staff MS is going to take 6th Hindi. PC is going to take maths. So if you see here, usually on the third period, it's all maths and all this. And on Thursday alone, it's a life skills here. Then again, maths, NT, and different codes. So it's all flexible. The way you want to set up the data, you can set it up, and software helps you neatly feed the data, get the reports the way you want here. Okay. Now let's go one step further here. So what is that step here is that, so let me log out here. So I went to the timetable. Okay, so I set up this timetable here. So I have got a neat timetable of Shakuntala Devi College, or if I take medical college, the data again, it will be available for the medical college. Let's check it out. How does it look? MBBS first year, A section. How does the data look? So let's see. This is how the data looks. That's it. So you got a neat assignment by professors here. So now, Easylib also has an integrated learning management system, because the role of a timetable may be just to tell what class is being taken when. But the entire education system, right, doesn't stop only at the timetable, right? So next question is, what are you going to teach in that particular subject? What are you going to teach in that particular class? So that's why you have the ability to add those necessary documents as well here. So you can add all those different documents for your own reference here. Okay, so next comes building the schedule. So what it means is that, so the timetable is going to be based on a template, but the attendance is going to be for each class, correct? So for that, you have the ability within the timetable module to generate the schedule here. Say for example, Shakuntala Devi College. Or let me take a medical college here. Okay, so medical college I take, and for this academic year, so now if I take MBBS first year, A section. So now, um, so now this is the timetable that is available. So now let me make it all 100 rows. So MBBS first year A section, these are all the classes that's going to be held in a week. So now I can select all, build a schedule. Build a schedule, let's say I'll do it from the 10th of July onwards. I click on schedule, right? So scheduled successfully. What it means is that the template has been used to define the classes, saying that on 10th or 11th of July, first period so and so, second period so and so, third period so and so, all of that will be created, which will help you mark the attendance here. So that is how this one system talks to the other one here. So now if I go over down, so I can see the schedule wise, day wise class schedule summary here. So if I went medical college for this academic year, for this MBBS first year, so A, and now this is the complete schedule I'm seeing. So now if I want to put it as the 11th, so 11th July I just generated, right? So MBBS first year A section period 1 anatomy first year theory is going to be taken by 21 EAC 902 faculty, right? So now you can do this generation 1 year in advance. It need not be totally on the fly. You can also plan in this date. If this is done at a lot of schools already, actually. So you can define on this day what you are going to teach. Next day, what you are going to teach. Next day, what you are going to teach. So if your semester is going to be about 20 weeks, 20 multiplied by 5 days, so you have got about 100 days. Even if you exclude some of the holidays, right? So you have got about 80 to 90 working days in a semester. So 90 working days multiplied by 5 classes. So 450 classes are going to be held in your college, right? So if I take only 5 classes per day, 450. On those 450, what is going to be taught is what you can neatly manage and easily. So now you can imagine, right? So the depth we have gone is really give you a feeling as well as the ability to manage the academics at the most perfect level. So it need not be only defining the timetable, it define the timetable, define the schedule, and add specific lesson plan for each of the day, for each of the subject, for each grade and section. So all of that is possible over here. Here you are seeing the medical college A section on this date of 11th, what is going to be taught. So if I want simply let's say the notes, if I want to say, okay, what is going to be conducted in this room, right? You can track that because you know why this is required. Suppose there is going to be some event going to be there on that day somewhere, and you want to see what is going to be taught there because you need to shift all those classes, right? You need to inform all those places saying that this room is not going to be available. Please go somewhere else. No problem. You just go here, simply choose this one, click on list. It's going to define you all those things that are going to be conducted over there. You simply talk to the professor, have the room shifted out. Okay, so this is the per schedule wise thing. So now let's go to this director report. As a director, right, you are most interested in seeing what all is being conducted today. So simple. So 10th July I put MBBS first year, that's yesterday. So how many classes are actively being happening? How many are scheduled? How many completed? How many dropped? Right now it is showing 000 because that data is going to come out of the attendance module there, right? So for the director, he will neatly see what is going to be there in each of the day here. So this is the lesson plan we are talking about. Again, each of these screens, some of these screens, say for example, when staff ID TX, this one logs in, right? He or she will have ability only for that particular one. He will not have the ability to modify somebody else's lesson plan, modify some other grade. No, 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 right? Very simple. So now if I go over here, say for example, I am logged in as Vijay Lakshmi, and here, say for example, I am a student, right? I am a student. I'll neatly see, okay, my grade section. I am in Shakuntala Devi College for this academic year. I am enrolled in BCom first semester and see my timetable. Only my timetable for what I have enrolled is visible here. So Monday, first period, it's going to be Kannada. Next Kannada, 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 like this I am seeing here. If I have enrolled in something else, it's going to show. If I enrolled as in Sanskrit, it's going to show the Sanskrit calendar. Similarly, as you set up the data, complete week's calendar is going to be shown because basically what the person is seeing is only one class data here. It depends on the enrollment, right? So similarly for the staff also, the staff will also see only the portions that they are authorized to operate on. Say for example here, right, in the previous one we saw for each of the class, right? So she was enrolled in Kannada and you have the ability to have Kannada being taught by 3 staff. And all the 3 staff will be able to see that so and so class for so and so year is being held by so and so particular colleague of theirs. So that way, if one particular colleague is not there, I know that okay, my friend is not there, so I need to go and take that class over there. So that way, it doesn't happen that okay, you call the other staff, say that hey, what are the classes you have got? You are off today. Okay, tell me what are the classes where I should take. Not required. You simply log in, you will see the complete data here. Okay, so now I can go further down over here, class-wise lesson plan, day-wise lesson plan. I can see the timetable by this. This is under still the development over here, monthly timetable. You will see the schedule summary, right? So schedule summary was that for the particular academic year, who is going to be taught, for example, 21 EAC012. I don't know. I think this is not a staff here, right? So um, let me see. SDBC0001, SDCBS, I think. SD. Let me take one of the real faculty and then see. Okay, it's very easy. I can simply go here. Who is going to be the faculty enrolled, and I can see what's going to be taught here. Say, for example, Shakuntala Devi College, and for this particular academic year, become first year. This A, who is going to teach. I see this data or the grad data, and I can go here and find out the what is being taught here. The complete schedule summary I can see. Okay, now timetable assignment by staff. There are so many reports here. You can by staff, by location, by grade section, day setup, you name it. It goes really deep because the way we have developed is that again we studied the different requirement, met the directors of different institutes and developed this features over here. Okay, next, what is this timetable import? You have done all the groundwork over the last 5-10 years, right? So you don't have to set up all this data one by one in Easylib. You just prepare an Excel of what all is there, give it, we will help you load that data. So that way, your onboarding onto Easylib just becomes a matter of 1 or 2 days or maybe a week's time rather than months together to set up all the data one by one. So that's the beauty of Easylib. So you have the ability to import the timetable. Then there is a complete timetable report that we saw that, right? In the Shakuntala Devi College or in the Air Force sample data, we saw that. And we were able to see what's going to be conducted. Okay, SDCBS001 is going to conduct the Kannada class. Same time, same day. Let's say if I put Monday here, same time, same day, Sanskrit is going to be held by so and so staff. Same time, same day, Tamil is also going to be held. The next class, mathematics, next one, market dynamics, and so on, right? So again, this part deals with lot of the reports that you can take here. Then grade-wise, faculty timetable report, you name it, there are so many of them over here. Okay. Yeah, so now I put this one particular faculty, SDCBS 001, Monday, period 1, she is supposed to be taking here. Second period, third period. So if one staff is not available today, you simply go to the screen, you will see, okay, what are they are supposed to take, assign a substitute over here. Okay, so this is the timetable part. As we saw in one other case, right, there was an ability to take the report as a PDF as well. Okay, so now let's go to the attendance part. All right. So again, very simple. So you just go to the attendance module over here. As you see here, right, in this, the order can be changed actually the way you want. Okay, if you are not getting all this, no problem. Only these will show up here. If some of your staff is going to not work on the establishment, right? Establishment, you don't want to give the access to everybody, no problem. Only those people who have access will get the access to that particular module. So now let me go into the attendance over here. Attendance management. This can be as complex as required because maybe I should say this can handle as many complex scenarios as that you have got over here. So now a lot of questions, a lot of people ask me actually. So you have developed the library software so thorough over the period, and then you have been constantly enhancing it. Why didn't you come up with the campus ERP software? So now our answer was simple. So now if you go to library here, right? Catalog entry, here itself we have got about 30 screens, right? If you go to circulation over here, you will have another 20 screens. Digital library, another 20 screens. Reports 20, periodicals if I go, another 20 screens or even more than that. Periodical module if I go here, the library, you have got another 50 screens here. So on the contrary, some of the ERPs that I saw, okay, show me the library, they'll show about 2 or 3 screens over there. But now you can imagine for one particular function in the library, that is the periodical management, for that alone, there are about 50 screens here, right? For circulation alone, there are 50 screens. For cataloging alone, are 70, 80 screens. The amount of that depth that one needs to go is really high in everywhere, wherever you want to do a thorough job. So now what we want to do from our side is that we go to the depth and then start offering the product to the market rather than start offering something which is not well designed or well prepared. Let me also give a caution here. So there is nothing like 100% perfect here. So even though we have done a lot of work related to attendance management, admissions management, the enrollment, is it 100%? No. And it's by the time we think that we have reached 100%, the definition of 100% would have also gone up, right? Then we'll come back to about 60 or 70%. So what we have done over here is that over the last 5 years of effort, we developed the different modules to the best of our knowledge, different one attendance module alone, there are some seeing some 30 screens here. Timetable has those many screens. That gives the depth that is required for the product to handle a wide scenario of the real time scenarios. So now let me go to the attendance. Here, if you happen to be a school, you take attendance a day, once a day, correct? So now I go to Madhav Krupa school, or let me check just for our simplicity. I take Shakuntala Devi College, let's say once a day I'm taking. So very simple. You just go over here. So who is 21? EAC 004 was absent. 21 EAC 011 was absent. Two people were absent, mark as absent. Very simple. Now the attendance is marked as absent. So now you can also take the attendance using this RFID. You can have the students come and scan their ID card. So at that time, you are only counting the presence, right? So the software also has the ability wherein you import the attendance data here. So that's why you are seeing the import data over here. Suppose you have got implemented another barcode system, or you have a thumb reader where the students will scan their thumb, which will mark attendance record in their database. You simply get the database from them, you import into Easylib, right? It makes the import. So again, attendance is absentee based attendance as well as the presentee based attendance. Both are possible in Easylib over here. Again, as I said, you can mark the attendance by manually one by one, or you can pass a sheet among all the students, then come back and note it down who are the absent over here. Or you can have an online app over here. They'll log in at a time, so and then mark it as I am present over here. Or you can have the RFID based, or you can have the thumb reader. And going forward, there is a new technology. As soon as the student enters into that particular room, the software identified which class is going on right now, and for that class, it will mark that particular student as present. And now the same thing is possible both to track whether the classes are starting on time or not, whether the faculty is coming on time or not. All of that you can track here. So again, absentee by grade section, absentee by class, because we saw, right, in the case of the school, you take attendance once a day. In case of as you go for the higher education, you have class-wise attendance, then you have elective-wise attendance. So it gives multiple options are available. So that's why you are seeing the subject and the elective-wise attendance is possible, right? So absentee by grade. Then class held entry, because basically after each class, the faculty is supposed to go and enter saying that, okay, I have conducted this class. Software is based on the data will tell, okay, this class conducted, 30 enrolled, 28 present, 2 is absent, and so on. So now if you see here, right, so there is a grade wise absentee report. Say, for example, let's see here, Shakuntala Devi College for this particular year, for this particular grade, if I see for the A section, I'll be able to see all the students who are absent for that particular day. Okay, so and so student did not come on that so and so date, right? So in the future, there are some more enhancements are going to come up over here. So you click on over here, it's going to send an SMS to the student or the parent that you desire. So again, if you see the grade wise attendance report, class wise attendance report, present report, absent report, the percentage wise report, all of that you can catch over here, right? So again, definitely I can go in much detail about each of them. There is another view over here. Say, for example, Shakuntala Devi College for this academic year, right? For this particular batch, oh, this was by batch. We'll skip that batch. We don't have this. It's only in the medical college. Let's see on medical college data. Medical college for this academic year, for this MBBS first year, batch 1. Let's see. These 5 people are enrolled. So one of them is not come. You simply click on it. It will go to the other side. Successfully move to the absent. Okay. So if I want to see this again, right, the reports, I can simply click here, medical college, 23. So now I can see here in this first year, a section and click. 4 or 5 are totally enrolled. One is already there and the Bharat Kumar is absent. So another view of moving the students from present to absent to present so on. So this is the report, absentee-wise report, presentee-wise report, ability to export the data into Excel is there. You name it, whatever you wish. It's all, most of it is possible in Easylib with respect to the enrollment, timetable, as well as attendance. Now, if I have further requirements, very easy. You simply click on support, click on new ticket. You add that. That's all. I need help in this regard, or I need a software change in so and so. So all of that get entered into the system wherein you are able to get the operations going. Okay, so that's about on the timetable. As you see, we covered only 3 modules of the some 50 or 60 modules in some 60 modules in Easylib. You can imagine the amount of the depth that a college automation software requires, and then we have tried to do the best in each of these modules. Okay, so this is what I wanted to cover in the webinar so far. Let me take some questions who have got. Please, Navya, you can unmute, give the option to unmute, or every attendee, you can try to unmute yourself or put the message in the chat box. Let me open the chat over here and see. Okay, good to see. We have about 16 people in the webinar. Those who have questions, kindly put the message in the chat box. Let me try to open over here. Okay, while people ask the questions, I just want to go back to the webinar schedule that we have got. So far, we covered today's was the enrollment timetable attendance. Day after tomorrow, we are going to have it on the library catalog module. Usually, one day in a week, it's going to be on the library. Another day is going to be on the campus ERP. So today's was a campus ERP webinar. Day after tomorrow, the library one. So okay, and my request to all of you who are the librarians, kindly talk to your system admin and then see if we could arrange a demo, or you can feel free to forward the webinar recording to your staff, because I am very confident, we are at Easylib are very confident that you would really love this product, and then you will find it very helpful for your day-to-day operations. You can be very confident in communicating or recommending this product, because the library software is already running with you, many of you. It's a robust one, and the same kind of testing, the attention to detail we have put over here also in developing the campus ERP software. Okay, so there is a question from Mr. Madhu. How long does it take to onboard a new college for enrollment and timetable models? Sir, I would say it's the deployment of the software is going to be one day, and based on the complexity of the data, the how many grades are there, how many sections, how many subjects are there, whether there is attendance taken on a daily basis, on a class-wise basis, the entire onboarding may go from 1 to 2 weeks, and within that period, you should be up and running. Yeah, less than 2 weeks is what I can confidently say. Thank you. That's really good to know. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Yeah, there is one of the reasons that we again took a long time to launch this product was that we wanted to reduce the time of onboarding to a matter of a couple of days or a weeks instead of months together. So you give the order by the next weekend, you should be up and running. So with all the data. So that's our goal. Yeah. And this is the last slide over here. This is the contact details. My name is Vasudesh Pandey. I'm one of the founders of this company. I used to work with Infosys, then General Electric, Apple in US, Verizon, Ingram Micro, multiple companies. And my friends and me thought, okay, why don't we develop something for the Indian market? So that's why we started this company, and we have this entire platform in front of you. And Sidhu is our sales manager, being with us for more than 10 years. So he's the go-to man when you have questions. Either you can call Sidhu or myself, or you can look at this website, easylib.net, or simply um, talk to any of your team members who are already interacting with you. Maybe Hanumant, Navya, Pallavi, Supriya, Alark, anybody, or Ashok, whoever you are interacting with you, Pallavi, just call them and then tell them that you want to see the demo of the ERP or you want to get it started. We'll be happy to help you on this front. Okay. So that's about it. It's about 3 p.m. So any further questions I'll take. Otherwise, we are going to conclude this webinar. Thank you so much. Thanks everyone for being looking at the webinar, as well as the thanks to all the customers who are already using our different modules of the products. And we look forward to onboarding many of you as our customers for ERP. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.